Welcome everybody to possibly the new game here. I'm not entirely sure. This is Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. As you can see, I have a ridiculous amount of experience and money because I cheated. There are some cars that I did legit here, but I got sick of doing it legitimately, so I cheated. But note the frames are not good here, so just note them. If I look this way, it's all nice. This way, it's not. There's a lot of issues with this game. I was thinking of this maybe potentially being the new RoadKill once I hit a certain amount of episodes in BeamNG. But this game has a lot of issues as of right now, and one of them that I hate. You can't put a supercharger on anything yet. You can't put a turbo in anything yet. And that's the part that sucks. Because I don't know, I can't explain it. I've tried. Apparently they're not in the game yet. They're not fully implemented. There's a dyno not fully implemented yet. There's performance parts not fully implemented yet, but you can get them out of the junkyard. And yeah, but a few of these cars I did legitimately. A few of these I have not. But we'll start off here with the old Shelby Cobra. This is a car I got from the junkyard for I think about 13 grand, and I just fixed the worst parts of the motor. Well, you can't really see, but yeah. I fixed the worst parts. It originally didn't come with this door, but I went to the junkyard for a money run, and there was a right door for this thing, and I picked it up, and I think I also picked up a trunk for this, and a hood. But other than that, this car came complete. Yes, I'm gonna change these tires. They do not look good on this thing at all. I gotta figure out how to do the tires in this game and make them look like, you know, the ones in the Charger. Next up is, I think this is the Tempest Magnum, or the equivalent in real life is the Dodge Daytona. This thing I completely rebuilt other than the block. Might redo the block eventually one day. Of course, I've had to add a couple parts to it, as you can see. It's just missing that window. Other than that, the car is complete. Except for a hood. I didn't want to put a hood on because I plan on supercharging this. I plan on it. But you just can't right now. I've tried, and no luck. But I completely rebuilt this motor other than the block. Everything is new other than the block, including the radiator and the battery. Except for the brake pump, I didn't redo that. The transmission's new. The drive line I didn't redo, or the rear axle, which I should. Actually, I might have done the rear axle on this. No, I did not. I forget what car I redid the rear axle on. Might have been the Charger. No, I think it was the Vet. Never mind. But here we have the 68 Charger. Of course, I have to have one because RoadKill and General Mayhem. This one, I redid everything but the most, you know, crucial parts, like the block, the headers, the engine head. The intake I redid because the intake was blown. But other than that, this thing is still a piece of crap rust bucket. Here, this is my Datsun equivalent right now to, or the Datsun equivalent right now to the cars, because there isn't a Datsun in this game. But this motor, it's a straight 6. I have mostly V8s here, so don't yell at me. This motor, I only put 2 new carbs on, an intake, an alternator, I think something in the transmission, and I put new pistons and rings in. And other than that, the motor's pretty much falling apart. And I gotta get a new rear hatch for this thing. So I might be buying one and just stealing the rear hatch for it. It originally came without a door here, but it's fine. Then next I got the Vet, which has an LS in it, and I completely, fully rebuilt everything, the block, except for the cooling system and the battery. No, I think I redid the battery. And then I think this is the car that had the rear axle done. Yes, I redid the rear axle on this car. Next up, I'm probably going to be selling this thing, so you'll probably never see it again. This is based off of a Chevelle, but it kind of has it's kind of like a mix between a Ranchero and a Chevelle. I want to get one that's more beat up than this. This one's kind of, you know, I think a barn find. So, probably going to end up selling that. Right here we have this Lincoln-looking Impala. This, funny story with this car, I had a green one and I didn't like the color green. And I was like, you know what, I have that motor running. Let me just go get, you know, a car with little to do to the motor, and I just shoved the motor in this thing, which was a lot of fun. And this thing roasts tires. It burns them, and I love it. It does donuts and everything. Same with this car. This is the Firebird. The Roulette? Yeah, the Roulette. It's the Firebird equivalent. Did I put new tires on it? No. Where did I put new tires on here? I think the Vet. Yeah, I think the Vet. And then over here, this is my Impala equivalent, and I did the same thing. I took a way better motor out of an auction car that I got running without much work. I got this out of the junkyard, I threw the better motor in, and I threw the old motor into the old car, and shipped it out with the old motor. And then I think currently in the garage, let me move this to the garage. We'll get better frames there, hopefully. I'm not going to really do any building in this video, because I just wanted to like show that I'm playing this and that this might be a possibility one day. But yeah, no, this might actually be a junkyard car. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this thing. It's got a brand new drive shaft. And the exhaust is pretty much new. That's surprising. I think other than that, though, I think we're gonna toss this thing. Yeah. Get it out of my life. Other than that, though, I bought this with an LS, and I think I'm gonna rip the LS out of this and keep it for when I can do engine swaps, because I know they're in the makes as well, just not yet. But I think, yeah, this motor pretty much runs. I think all I had to do was put oil in it. But yeah, this is kind of like a Dodge Challenger, like a newer Dodge Challenger, and kind of a mix of a Pontiac, like the renewed Pontiac. I think is something that was very big. The last car, which is a car that I repainted, I'd never messed with the paint booth, and I eventually did. This is a '69 Charger. Or Challenger, sorry. Whoopsie. And here you go. I repainted this one. It's the original color. It's matte red, which I love. I love the matte red in this game. It's just a great car. I'm at a loss for words for it. It's just nice. The only things I haven't done is the bumper. Other than that, everything's pretty much new on the car. Well, the glass. The glass I'm not going to worry about. Do I have? I think yeah, I have a 2-carb V8. Why the hell? Oh, this is all the Charger parts. Okay, then. But yeah, I have a few parts sitting around, along with a V8 2-carb, open head valves. I think that's it, yeah, open head valves. And these are the original Cobra rims, which I think I'm probably going to put back on, because I like the original rims better than the ones that I currently have. Alright, just to give you a little bit more insight on the game here, let me head to the junkyard. Unless the game's gonna crash. My luck, this will crash. I actually kind of feel like the game's a little bit too loud. Hold on one moment. Actually, let me just turn down my regular audio. Just to make it a little better. Here's the junkyard though. Oh, there's a Mustang. Oh. So many junkyard rescues that can happen here. Here we go. This is originally planned. Carbs are almost brand new. I bet I can make this thing run out of the junkyard if I try. Got a fastback over here. But you know what? I wonder if it would turn over. Nope. Some cars will actually run out of the junkyard. I had a car run out of the junkyard. I think it was my Rotson replica. That thing ran out of the junkyard. It's just that I couldn't drive it because it was missing piston rings. There's another one. These straight sixes though, they seem like really reliable little motors. It runs. It runs. Another one. That's hilarious. There's only one carb too. I guess that one carb is good enough for this thing. I like it though. It's a nice little hatchback. Little hatchback looking car. It's like a hatchback and a coupe. Which is weird. Let's see what else is here. Well, while we're here, let's look in a junk pile. You can search these cars, and you have the chance of sometimes finding performance parts, and there's one of them right there. I think it's by Rosienta. Preferred part. That's a performance part right there, and you cannot put them on the cars, which is the sucky part. You'll find performance carburetors. There you go, performance carburetor right there. You cannot put them on the cars. This would be a carburetor for the car that I was showing before. Can't put it on. I think there's also performance headers. I'm getting a phone call. He's gonna have to wait. Other than that, yeah, nope. Performance ignition wires. There's also engine heads for a V12, but I don't think it's in the game yet. But ooh, not left one. Part from my car. Just that's the part that really bothers me about this game so far, is that there's performance parts that are actually inside of the game, but you cannot get a hold of any of them. and it sucks. Like, it'd be nice to actually, you know, be able to sit down and build up a car. But we'll build up a car, make it fast like this, but that's never gonna happen. Let me just show the car auctions. But I would love to do roadkill on this. Wow, there's a lot of cars. But this is where you can get some cars that will run right out of the auction or not. So I have no absolute clue. Hold on a fucking sec. Yay, I gotta edit now. Thanks to my uncle. Ah, Jesus. But here's the car auctions. You can get some cars. This is actually the same color of the Lincoln that I had. But yeah, there's a bunch of cars here that you can get. It ranges. Sometimes there's only a few. Sometimes there's some. That is brand spanking new. I think our Sakara just got a new motor. Come on now. Come on. Just give me it. You piece of craps. Thank you! Okay. LS. Nope. Tempest Magnum. Bad shape. Nope. Bolt roulette. Nice. Lente coupe. Oh, this is the new car. It's rear engine, but don't like it very much. Oh, Mustang, and it's 7. How the hell is this 7,000? Alright, I'm gonna try and win this. Come on. Jesus Christ. I could probably fix that up and get rid of it. Not a good car. I already owned it. Not fast. Not a good car. And turboed. Ooh, blue fender. General Mayhem. Goodbye. Okay, so what is this thing potentially missing? It's got an alternator. It's got the water pump pulley. It's got that. Does this thing run? Let's see. Test track. Clip B. Oh, it's gonna say piston rings. Alright, well, you'll get a view of me trying to fix this. Why not? Clip. Caps lock is on. Clip B. You know what? Just in case, because my luck. distributor will not... Alright, it has both. Figures. Last time I guessed correctly. Watch, it's gonna say piston rings. Piston rings. Ooh, nope. No oil. Oh, this thing's good. No way. That's enough. Wow, it actually works. Oh my god. Now how much faster is this thing? Let me get my controller. This thing isn't fast at all. This is why we need engine swaps. Do donuts. No. Alright, let's see this thing fly. Come on. Oh, Jesus. Alright, this car sucks. I'm gonna put the engine in the other one. That is so terrible. Alright, so I gotta put this in parking. Even though it's not roadkill enough, I'm probably gonna sell it at one point, but I'm probably gonna redo at least the tires on it. Let's put this in lifter B. Let's go get the other Sakar. Oh, framey. Hey, let's take a look at this thing quick. Oh no, it's missing a head! Or an engine cover. Oh, this thing is gonna have no piston rings. That's gonna be a rebuild, I already know it. Oh, god damn it. They're both the same color. It's kinda nice. Alright, let's get this turd. As you can see, you can see what I fixed. Everything else, terrible. Yeah, this thing's terrible. I might even rip the tires off of this thing. Because they're brand new. I know, though. I want that. Assemble mode. I also need a right taillight. Now I need a right headlight, right? Yeah. This is the roadkill way of doing things. You take the nicer car and you put the nicer parts on it. So then your car doesn't look like it's not street legal. It's actually made to be a car. Now I know for this engine swap to work, is there anything in the engine bay that I have to remove? I think the starter. Other than that, this motor can come out. I just gotta take the trans out. I think I'm gonna rip the rims off of this too. We'll see. So you're getting a RoadKill special right here, with me putting shiny parts on a very bad car. Oh crap! I need to move the gearbox. Okay. Lower it. Let's raise you in the air. Oh shit! I need to drain the oil. Back in the air. There's a fresh amount of oil. Okay. Lift. Drain that thing of oil. Come on. Don't glitch. Alright. Engine hoist. Oh, son of a bitch, really? Shit, that means I gotta take these off. This sucks. I mean, I don't really care about the parts on this motor. I can rip this pipe right out from under the car, I don't care. Also, I want people in the comments, if there's anybody who watches this video and who knows stuff about this game, swear to God, if I get interrupted one more fucking time doing this video. Reasons why I record at night. It's probably nowhere near my face now. Gotta readjust everything. Ugh. Pull out. Pull out. Install. Yeah, that's a little bit of a bug. So, there you go. We just made a crap car run way better. It's the RoadKill way. That's how you do it. There's no other way than to just take the better motor and put it into a junk car. Even though one day this car will have a V8, I might as well just put a better motor in it while we're at it. And also this, like, I'm just gonna say this now. If you're looking for a game to get addicted to, and if you want to learn something, this is the game. Right here. You will be lost in this game instantaneously. I mean, oh my god. The amount of detail that is in this game is just phenomenal. If you're looking for a simulator game, I'm not that big of a fan of simulators at all. And I don't know much about cars either. I don't know, the ins and outs of an engine. I probably couldn't put an engine back together, even if I tried. I'd probably need to look at a diagram like this game is. But like, if you're going to like a college where you're gonna work on cars, or if you're gonna be doing this type of like automotive stuff, and if you're gonna be running an automotive shop, this is the type of game that you can use to kind of learn what it's like. Not exactly, because it's not gonna be exact to real life, but okay. Still, this game is incredibly detailed. You have to take apart the motor by almost every piece. It's not completely accurate. No, it is nowhere near completely accurate at all. I cannot begin to tell you the amounts of times I've been lost in this game. Just because I don't know what I'm doing. And that's normal. I mean, I'm not gonna know everything I'm doing. But it still is a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. And I'm liking doing things the RoadKill way. Alright, I didn't know I could not change that. Oh, I need to put oil on that. This needs to get that O. And of course it gets the shiny one. Alright. You have no oil, but you're out. Goodbye. You get oil though. Now you're probably faster. Once we blow the axle up. Yeah, you're good. There you go. Making a turd run better. Test track. Let's go. This thing is no steering wheel. realize that. This thing is still slow as balls because of the axle. This is why this car needs a V8. This car sounds like it's gonna die when it's close to red line. There it goes, hopping along the course. This thing is so utterly terrible. Well, there you go. I mean, that's this game in a nutshell with me. Like, I don't really care. I'm just gonna put the better shit in the worst shit. That's exactly what I did here. But, yeah, there you go. Super long video about me explaining a game. And maybe when RoadKill, you know, gets a hefty amount of episodes in, because in BeamNG, I will run out of ideas one day. That is for sure. I will run out of ideas one day. But BeamNG isn't as detailed as this. It's just throwing parts into a car. This is actually getting parts and getting them together. But I can't do nothing crazy yet like I can in BeamNG by throwing parts together. So, once this game is updated more, there's more car brands in the game because there's tons of DLCs planned for it apparently. Not only that, there's like, you know, they're going to add performance updates, they're going to add appearance updates to cars, you can change the liveries so I can put RoadKill on the side of this thing. But yeah, this game is incredible, I love it. I'm so glad that I picked it up when I did. And yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you want to see me actually do stuff legitimately in this game, let me know, because I'll start doing videos on it immediately. But it's just that right now, there's nothing that I want to do in this game, and that's supercharge cars and turbo them and do engine swaps and just make the most ridiculous looking cars that are rust buckets. But please let me know if you want to see some stupid shit from this game, because you can still do some of it. I mean, I made that old motor out of this car run like no issue. But there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.